Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on Achieving Teaching and Learning Objectives with ScienceDirect eBooks. I'm Clarice, the Regional Marketer for Elsevier Southeast Asia, and also your host for this session. We should be starting in a few moments, but we are very thrilled to have participants joining us from various parts of the region, such as Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, among others. So welcome. We are very, very excited to have you all here today. So before we begin, let me introduce our esteemed speaker for today. She is Dr. Abdul Fathul Hakim Zulkifli, the Deputy Dean of Academic at the Faculty of Engineering Technology at the Universiti Tun Hussein, Malaysia. Dr. Fathul has received his bachelor's from Universiti Technology Malaysia in 2008. He started his career as an engineer in the oil and gas industries for 3 years before pursuing his master's degree in renewable energy engineering at Heriot-Watt University in Scotland in 2011. After graduating, he joined UTHM as a lecturer in 2014 and completed his PhD in 2019 at the same university. He also served as the head of the bachelor's degree program to ensure curriculum offered met the required standards. Dr. Fathul has been promoted to Deputy Dean of Academic and International at the Faculty of Engineering Technology at UTHM in 2020. He is responsible for the quality assurance of 12 multidisciplinary bachelor's degree programs, which include civil, electrical, mechanical, and chemical programs. In the meantime, he is also active in research, especially in the areas of alternative fuel, engine performance, and emissions. Today, Dr. Fathul will share with us a remarkable collaboration between UTHM's Faculty of Engineering and Technology and the Central Library, focusing on their use and approach to maximizing the use of ScienceDirect eBooks. We've set aside some time for questions and answers at the end of the presentations, but please feel free to submit questions in the chat box at any time during the session, and we will do our very best to address as many of them as possible. So without further ado, Dr. Fathul, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Clarice. Wait a moment, I share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Clarice, our host, and Elsevier as our organizer for these sessions. My name is Abd Fathul Hakim Zulkifli. I'm a Deputy Dean, Academic and International, Faculty of Engineering Technology, Universiti Tun Hussein, Malaysia, UTHM. Today, I'll presenting my sharing session titled Achieving Teaching and Learning Objective with ScienceDirect eBooks. For today's sessions, I'll cover this outline. Firstly, I'll share with you guys about UTHM ScienceDirect ebook collections. After that, I'll share about how UTHM support in maximizing ebooks in teaching and learnings. Then I'll show several examples about my experience using ebooks in teaching and learnings. I also share a few challenges that we face during this stage and what strategy to overcome these issues. And I'll end up with session with Q&A. We start our ebook subscription with Elsevier in August 2022. Before that, we have a trial period around March to May. And for your information, we subscribe 3 major topics, consists of engineering, chemical engineering, and material science. That cover almost around 10,000 titles. And why ebooks? So for UTHM, this is very aligned with our strategic planning 2021 to 2025, which focus to produce competent professional and entrepreneurial graduates driven by technologies for global development. In my opinion, higher education institution needs to embrace ebooks because we have learned a lot during pandemics. So with ebooks, we can enable distant learnings. So ebooks lower the barrier for requiring a lecturer to deliver a lecture to geographically distant students. We recorded lecture embedded audio and video element. University can enable distant learning for students. The student can learn and submit assessment on the ebooks itself. Even if distant learning is not a requirement, the regular student have lecture, ebooks, and other learning content always handy with them. For example, flip classroom. With ebook, we can search and learn. So these one features that physical books can never provide. The ease of using search within an ebooks to locate the relevant section and learn from it. While glossaries are used and would be used in ebooks, search essentially save times. Institutions which enable ebooks on their ecosystem essentially help students save valuable times which get lost just for locating the relevant sections. And with ebooks, we can also have economical more valuable for students and universities. Ebooks help publishers save a lot of costs that goes in printing and distributing, and they essential pass some of the costs benefit to the end user. Ebooks in most cases cost lower than physical books, and with newer ebooks models such as pay by chapter and pay by page, ebooks have a considerable economic advantage for student and university. For UTHM, we have interesting acquisition model with ScienceDirect, which is a perpetual conversion based on subscription value to be done based on the highest usage titles and faculty recommendation. Yearly, UTHM can have around 150 to 1,000 titles per year. So in other words, we can say ebooks are very convenient, more portable, safe on space, and 24/7 access to informations. For UTHM, we have a systematic approach that lead by our library to support staff and students in maximizing ebooks in teaching and learning. For example, our library do have an engagement meeting with Dean and Deputy Dean for academic affairs. Other than that, the library team also do engagement with the academic staff through roadshow to each faculty, promoting the library services, especially our ebooks collection. Other than that, the faculty management also organize workshop on curriculum review with a subject matter expert to incorporate ebook in their lesson plan. Apart from that, our learning management system, LMS, called Authors, integrates ebook link for lecturer easy access to find suitable learning material for their courses. I'll show you guys later in the example. Our library conducted a series of trainings for the lecturer and students. So the effective training provided by expert of Elsevier then demonstrated the initial success on the digital literacy, skills on the faculty in searching the right content and the right stage, particularly on the content for teaching and learning initiative. As you can see in the pictures, Elsevier provided valuable support by training our lecturer to adopt the content in the curriculum and teach them how they can maximize their use of ScienceDirect ebooks. For this slot, I'll showcase a few examples my experience using ScienceDirect ebooks in teaching and learning. Firstly, I use ebooks as main references. So traditionally, our lesson plan consists of several textbooks as reference with library call numbers for student reference to find this textbook in the library. However, these physical books may be limited due to number of copy available, and students struggle to find and borrow this book because competition with other students. This is my course for this semester. I am teaching in the introduction to automotive industry. So this one of the example ebooks that listed in my lesson plan. My approach, I give a student an ebook direct link for them to reach the ebooks. So as a demo, if you click this link, okay, this I zoom a bit. So this is my lesson plan. So if you look the last page, so this is a list of references for my courses. So if a student just click one of the ebook here, okay, they can directly reach to the ebooks and then can start do the readings. The second example, I'm developed the instructional material for group project. For this course, I'm designing the PBL, problem-based learning. The student need to do a feasibility study based on given topics. To ensure the access to ebook database, I mentioned on the instruction to refer on the specific references. So the group project are designed for this course. So the student were given the scenario that require them to conduct feasibility study. A list of topic were given for each group to select, and the instruction mentioned about 50% of your references must come from the ScienceDirect database. The third example, I'm creating the student-centered learning activities. Before this, traditionally, lecturer will give a learning material to the student during class and give direct lecture. After that, they may have assessment or homework to carry out. For my case, this is an example during my delivery for chapter 4, which is automotive technology trend and development. During class, I'm giving the student a few keywords that came from the chapter. So in my class, I have about 30 students. So I'm dividing them into a small group. So about 5 students per group. And then the student need to explore about the keywords given to the ScienceDirect ebook database, search for trend and technology development about the topics. After that, they do the sharing in class. So my job is to facilitate the student and demonstrate how to use the ScienceDirect ebook database. So this is my for example. I'm utilizing ebooks on my final year student through industrial-based project. So at UTHM, we have a program called RECEIP, Research Enhanced Structured Internship Programs. It is an 18-month project that we collaborate with the industry through a matching grant. The FYP student engage with this project until their internship with the same company. I'm collaborating with the Edeco Sinar Berhad to solve their productivity issue using lean management principle. For this approach, I'm giving my FYP student a main references book from ScienceDirect to find a best solution to solve this issue. The best thing about ScienceDirect ebooks, they have an application ebooks collection that very useful for industrial-based project or research. My last approach to ensure students can maximize their ebooks usage in learning activities by demonstrating ScienceDirect ebooks features. So it is very crucial because different publishers may have different features on their database. Several key features that I'm very enjoying using ScienceDirect eBooks are search result, enhanced reader, download multiple PDF, and ScienceDirect topics. And one more thing, the reference management system, Mendeley, also integrated in ScienceDirect eBooks. It is very useful and helpful during citations. So this is a searching result interface. From here, you can refine your searching, you can sort your findings, import citation, and you can get suggested material for detailed searching. During reading with the ScienceDirect eBooks, you can have enhanced reader experience, such as author data integrations, reference linking, figure or media viewer, and article or ebook recommendation for further reading. This is the best part. You can download multiple PDF, so no more hassle to download chapter by chapter or page by page. Another best features, ScienceDirect have topic pages. So this help reader to uncover critical and contextual information within their workflow. For example, this quick definitions. So it is a short definition to quickly orient the user to the subject and enable user to understand and interpret scientific literature. And then the one is related terms. So this the user can learn more through interdisciplinary links, and this ideal for those who want to explore further. And then a feature called relevant excerpt. So this features provide the comprehensive overview about the topics. With these features, you can do more during exploring the ebook, such as getting definitions, methods, and fundamentals about the topics. Of course, we have several challenges during this stage. As Deputy Dean, I am conducting a survey to my academic staff. I observe only 80% of my academic staff using ebooks in their teaching for this semester. Based on the survey, we found that the age barrier become first challenges. Only young lecturer interested. The second was this ebook is a new norm for them. So the lecturer prefer their ready material. So they're reluctant to design new teaching material and learning activity, especially using ebooks. And of course, to design this learning activity, you need a bit of creativity to incorporate ebook in your teaching. To overcome this, several strategies were enforced. Firstly, we encourage blended learning. My faculty, we set our KPI to 70% blended learning. So this, our LMS, as mentioned before, to record the blended learning status, the lecturer need to use this author system. They are required to comply several requirements, such as uploading lesson plan, learning materials, create learning activities, and also assessment in order to get green status. Other than that, the library also provide ebooks link into the LMS for lecturer prepare their learning material for their classes. Then we also make a compulsory for ebooks references, either as a main references or additional references. The lecturer need to list the ebook with a direct link for student access. Of course, the awareness among staff and students are essentials. Our library keep highlighting and promoting to staff and students. For example, in UTHM's library website, the library highlight the ScienceDirect ebooks, and then promoting the training and seminar to enhance ebook in teaching and research, and also promoting through email. For example, during our trial with ScienceDirect, the library sent an email to all academic staff. So as conclusion, integrating digital education technology into classroom technological ecosystem, optimize learning, and improve access to knowledge repositories. High quality ebooks, we work a key enabler. It's provided student with access to extensive foundation knowledge and latest scholarly insight, which enrich the university research and academic culture. Thank you for your attention. So I open for Q&A session.
Thank you, Dr. Fatul, for that very, very insightful presentation. While we're waiting for some questions to come in the chat box, you mentioned earlier that you conducted a survey and several of those who were low usage were actually on an older demographic. So how did you specifically overcome that challenge of engaging them to increase their usage?
Like I mentioned before, we have the strategy that we enforce to the lecturer. For example, we make a compulsory for ebooks as a main reference or additional reference in the lesson plan. So, and then in our university we have LMS. So we have common LMS such as Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, but we enforce that the lecturer need to use the auto system that our in-house LMS. So then we set up a KPI for blended learning. So in order to do that, they need to use the auto system for their recorded blended learning. So in order to do the blended learning, they need to upload their lesson plan, their learning material, creating the learning activities, and also the assessment into the LMS system. So by doing that, they can increase the usage of ebooks. So we hope on the next semester we can see the positive result for these strategies.
That's really good. Another question would be, so for those who have yet to actually use or have any ebooks in their collection, what advice would you give for those who are about to start on that journey?
Okay, my advice, you familiar with your preference textbook, and then you have a new edition, the ebook collection. So I think start with the simple learning activities. Simple learning activities like I'm doing in my class. I giving a keywords for my student to explore the database, get them familiar with the database and how do the searching and do explore with the database. After that, you can start improve your engaging with the ebooks by creating the assignment, problem-based learning, and get the solution from the searching in the database. So from there, I think you can grow and use the ebook as your companion in your teaching materials.
It's really good. We have several questions coming in. One of them is asking, maybe can you name 3 best practices you have discovered or realized in applying ScienceDirect eBooks?
3 best practice. For me, the best practice I'm discovered is the quick definitions. So in ebooks, we have a features. If I can show a previous slide, sorry. Okay, so during your searching or your reading in the ebooks, in the ScienceDirect ebooks, so the database AI technology that recognize certain terms that need further exploring. So you can click on that highlighted sentence or words. So the ScienceDirect can go to the topic page and give you the quick definition on that sentence. So you can explore more from there. That the first practice, the best practice I discover. And the second one, because I'm doing industrial-based project, I found that ebook collection from Elsevier has a application approach. So compared to the fundamental ebooks, you have fundamental knowledge on that. But in ScienceDirect database, we have application ebook collections that provide the best solution from the literature. So I find that my student easy to get the best practice and give the best solution for industry or to solve their problems. The third one, in my opinion, I think the best is you can download multiple PDF, and then you can integrate the references management system. In ScienceDirect, they call it the Mendeley. So easy for your technical writing that during your citations. I think I answer your questions. I hope I answer your questions. Okay.
Thanks, Dr. Fatul. Another question here is, how do your lecturers interact with students? Is this through LMS, Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, or any messaging applications?
Okay, my practice, I have WhatsApp groups for my daily communication with the students. And I'm using the LMS. It's an in-house LMS auto system. This for my learning material, learning activities, and also assessment. So students use this LMS to get their learning materials, their instruction, and also group project. And then during class, I do the learning activities like engaging with the group. So like I give example before. So for during that class, I just give the blank slide with a few keywords. So we dividing student and facilitate my student do the engaging with the ebooks, and they find the knowledge through their searching in the ScienceDirect database.
Okay. What are the things you think the typical print textbook can't be provided in comparison to ScienceDirect ebooks?
Can you repeat?
What are the things you think the typical print textbook can't be provided in comparison to ScienceDirect ebooks?
Okay, I mentioned before in my slide, the one thing that physical books cannot provide is search and learn. There's one features that physical books cannot provide for printed versions. So during your reading in the ScienceDirect ebooks, you can search and learn at the same time. Sometimes you read on the certain topics or chapter, and then you may find difficult to understand on certain term, and on directly you can find the answer by click on the quick definition features. And then of course you can avoid the bulky weight of the physical books, and then you can easily do the searching on the material you need by using your smartphone, your tablet, and your laptops instead of going to the library.
Another question we have, are the learning outcomes improved after this new content and the new approaches introduced and are there any new approaches introduced in the classroom?
Yes, I think I see the improvement because instead we teach the student direct material, they need explore by themselves through discussion. So during this discussion, student can ask the lecturer if they cannot understand certain topics or terms. So we can have collaborating in the real time collaborating with the student. So and if you can practice more features on the student centered learning, I think the the outcome is much improved. For example, you can use a flipped classroom. So you can give the student a pre-reading, and then during class we have a discussion, and then after that they can carry out maybe some homework to further reading and understand with the topics.
Mm. Thank you, Dr. Fatul. Another question is, are there any long-term plans from the top management of the university after seeing the early success of this strategy?
At the moment, we subscribe to three main topics. Like I mentioned before, engineering, chemical engineering, and material science. And then we have suggestion from the lecturer to include energy topics, because most of the lecturers starting engaging with the ebooks, but because we have multidisciplinary discipline, and then especially from electrical department, so a lot of the research regarding energy. And then I think even from mechanical department also have research on energy, but they cannot utilize the ebook because we didn't subscribe. And then of course we receive a recommendation from the lecturer to subscribe. I hope our top management can realize our suggestion to add more collection, hopefully by this year.
Okay.
Yes.
So another one is, are we allowed in ScienceDirect to download the whole book and print as educational references? What is your experience so far in this area?
Yes, because when you subscribe this package, we call it the freedom collection. So you can download ebooks, the whole ebooks, or and then you can read offline. Instead, let's say you want even journals with the same topics, you can download. No hassle.
Okay, I think in the interest of time, that's all the questions that we can take today. For any other unanswered questions, we will definitely address them by email. But in the meantime, if you have any questions regarding UTHM's digitalization journey, more about how they're using ScienceDirect eBooks, you can scan the QR code on the screen, and even when you scan it, it will lead you to a page to learn more about their story, watch the video about their case study, and also to learn more information about UTHM's journey. And also, we would love to hear your thoughts on the webinar. And also, if you have any other questions for Dr. Fatul, please complete the feedback form that you'll get right after this webinar to also get your certificate of attendance. Thank you once again, Dr. Fatul and everyone, and have a good afternoon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.